Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Battleground. I'm your host, Flavor, and of course, we're live from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, as we're about to witness Journey Towards Greatness. This is the 2025 Pmsl Southeast Asia Spring Group Stage. In the next few weeks, teams from across Southeast Asia will fight for their survival. Action is about to begin. This is the 2025 Pmsl Southeast Asia Group Stage Day number 1. The teams from Group A and C. We have Bigatron Esports, champion of Super Cup Esports 2024. Talent Esports, fourth of PUBG Mobile Super League Southeast Asia Summer 2024. Third of the PUBG Mobile Super League Southeast Asia Spring 2024. Team Flash, champion of PUBG Mobile Super Weekend 2024 number 2 and champion of PUBG Mobile National Championship Vietnam 2024. New Era, the second place winners of PMNC Malaysia 2024. Homeboys, fifth of PUBG Mobile National Championship Malaysia 2024. Austria TH, second of PUBG Mobile National Championship Thailand 2024. Vampire Esports, back-to-back champion of PMWI 2022-2023 and champion of PUBG Mobile Super League Southeast Asia Fall 2024. RRQ Ryu with Lapar, Week 3 MVP of PMSLC Summer 2024. Eagle Aries, two-time champion of PMSL 2023. EEM Entertainment, Team Secret, champion of the Ruthless Esports Invitational Showdown Season 8. Magna Esports, the champion of 2024 PMNC Malaysia. FaZe Clan, fourth of PUBG Mobile Super League Southeast Asia 2024 Metro Royale and sixth of PMGC 2023. Viking Esports, they've just joined as a partner team. Cellcom DG Alliance, third of PUBG Mobile Super League Southeast Asia Summer 2024 and fourth of PUBG Mobile Super League Southeast Asia Fall 2024. Point Donkey ID, champion of the second anniversary of Level Up Indonesia and PUBG Mobile Conqueror Series Indonesia 2024 Metro Royale and fifth place of PUBG Mobile Global Championship 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the teams for day number 1, and they're all set to go. Let the battle begin!
It's PUBG Mobile Super League Southeast Asia.
For a new era to be facing up against FaZe Clan.
Very early fights here. I think it's really good. You have to know where everyone's gonna be dropping, but the first blood is not gonna be happening over on this side. It's over on the other side of the map.
Indeed, it's going to be FaZe Clan being in that altercation against one of the members of Cellcom DG Alliance. While there's just names appearing on our screen coming from BTR, they struck down members of Alter Ego. Octa is already out of the match. Meanwhile, as we focus on to the battle inside the boot camp, it's still going to be a little bit of a gridlock as they are now segregated into different sections of the wall. That's going to be a little bit of a view over onto Tree Touch, while Zuli gives a little bit of a backup towards Zuli over her back. Zillion falling really low though. Crazy managing to go into the knock. Another player coming in from Alter Ego. But here we go.
Nice jump
Dika
shot.
with a jump shot.
It's perfectly played here. They're playing these corners to perfection. It's not really more of a team fight, more like isolated fights all around, just duels. A BTR, look at that. Life right and center, but New Era taking their time. They don't want to go super aggressive, but FaZe there looking to take up space. The big sprays all around, double swings as well. This is a tag team and also the gameplay I wanted to see from these teams. Double swing together, making sure that you can actually just trade out your teammate. But FaZe somehow still managing to survive this. Getting 2 picks already this early is phenomenal.
Yeah, I was really surprised with that amount of pressure coming from New Era. They didn't manage to get any of these members of FaZe Clan just yet, other than that couple of knocks that they had early on. Now they go guns blazing into the room. Kim Tony's falling low, but he will be having enough backup to clean up house. First team to be eliminated, it is going to be from Malaysia. It's New Era. The new kids definitely will have to, once again, sharpen their guns against this veterans of FaZe Clan that secures all 4 points. Same to be said about BTR, while Team Secret also have troubles over on the north area of Cal.
This fight has been going on for quite some time, and Team Secret somehow managing to not get knocked down, even though they've missed out or already knocked down so many of the players. Regardless, Break, GK, and Frankie all very low right now as Homeboys has to back off with tail between their legs. Shamil's low, losing 2 players already this early, Kid and Helton.
Actually working in tandem to try to destroy targets, but that will work
exactly
out.
What we're talking about.
Out of nowhere with that DBS, he didn't really check his corner, so that's a good pickoff coming from Jamils. Now, what is going to be the response of Team Secret after losing that one member? Surely they'll be alerted of his position, but it's not going to be an easy task to flush up towards this floor.
Yeah, I think they're aware as well that shotguns are abound. They're trying to make sure that they cannot take up space. And with one of the members of Team Secret this low, I think they want to make sure that they can give that space, play a little bit more further back.
Wow, that
Nice
was
shots
good.
from bottom. Yeah, GK. We're top side here. Spraying and praying here, just making sure that, hoping that one shot hits them in the face. The GK barely survives that encounter, actually, if you think about it. Our boy trying to secure those kills. Break finally finds Shamil. Now our boy has to play on his own lonesome, has to go big, has to be the hero here. Spots one out, tries to wallbang, not happening. His teammate is very close. So if one falls, he knows there's going to be another one swinging through to just trade him out. So he's okay saying, let's just give up that space. Hopefully they push up the stairs. Not happening. He repositions, chucks down. Finds no one quite yet. Sprays, spots out Break. A jump shot forward. A Break is just faster. And if they're moving through the blue zone off guard, they love playing gatekeepers. So I'm not surprised at this predicament and this outcome. And it seems like a lot of other teams have the same idea on how they want to approach this. But I am quite surprised though, because in the previous season we saw a lot faster rotations, a lot more aggression coming in from Sinok. But this time around, I'm wondering if this hesitation is because a lot of things have changed this season from
The planes later on.
I think the initial skirmishes have ended as well. There we go, the bridge toll grabs their fee, but not without a fight. The Vikings get the first hit, but you can always rely on Federales to shoot back here. Kwang falls. Agosu waiting a little bit more patiently here. Has a bit more, I would say, cover as well. They have full control of this tiny little compound here with his teammate. Kwang will be eliminated already. 3 more members left here for Vikings. So you can start to see the hesitation come through as BTR. Okay, let's go for resets. Let's just try and play together here. Takes the shelter underneath the bridge and kind of hoping, maybe even baiting for them to push out, hoping for a closer CQC, but I don't think the Vikings are eager to take up that space. They're very happy already taking out 2 members of BTR this early. Now, I'm not too sure if I can say the same thing about Break. Oh no, they don't. Tops has his eyes on all these players, keeping very silent. They have all the advantages. They have the high ground area, they have the crossfires. Great opening by Baus. Takes a bit of damage as GK fires back. But the same could be said about his teammates, and that's what we talked about in terms of the advantage, in terms of the crossfires, already taking out one member of Team Secret. They are not catching any breaks today. From one jaw of another team to this one, Top's taking full advantage of their situation right now. A nade comes through. Bo's repositioning quickly, taking up their space as GK takes a lot of damage. That nade hits another player, knocks down Break. Their car is on fire. The only player left alive right now is just barely surviving by the skin of his teeth. And Flash, they're eager to just completely rush up forward, take up space, crunch them in the smokes. Can't be seen. Blind shots all around, and finally they fall. Trang will be the next one to fall down. Really moved out the way, gave space to Vikings, and instead opted to go for longer range fights. And speaking of fights, here is Talon and FaZe. FaZe had taken quite a big hit earlier in their initial skirmish. And Talon, they're going a little bit more aggressive as Mercaries will fall this time. But Talon, they're not done quite yet. Slowly but surely taking up their space, playing off the side of this hill. As two members of FaZe already knocked down here, FaZe cannot follow up. Two of them eats that nade, knocked down already. No one even close enough to pick up touch. As the last few members of FaZe will be hiding for their lives is Dukdiko. In fact, over inside of the blue zone, will be taking that damage and saying, okay, let's just play for placements now.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough for him to even move out of the way. Best case, maybe he will find one straggler still standing around the corners while Linux holding up against the rest of Vampire Esports, pushing right through the nades. Will clear him out. While Misery comes in for the flank, is he going to be able to take out 4 members of Vampire Esports, only dishing some damage towards the side stretch as the nade lands onto Axel's wall. Double tap coming from Onsens as VPE takes over. All down to Misery right now. Did not spot him quite yet. Just a little bit of camouflage with the vegetations, but eventually the rest of VPE, they will scour around these corners, and there's not going to be much room for him to play about. So Talon, if he's lucky enough, he could just be let off scot-free.
That would exactly be it. Dukdiko as well, managing to breach the zone finally. Oh, this will be so sad if Misery gets backstabbed here, and I think he might. Dukdiko taking his time here through the vegetation. He's checking left, right, but never the back. Might be a backstab. Holding my breath right now. Oh, Misery knew! He waited a long time for this! My god! Oh, that is heartbreaking!
All that suspense, and that guy somehow, out of nowhere, spots him out with a 180 flick. I don't know how he pulled it off.
That is disgusting.
Very,
I'm gonna need 10 showers for that. I was not expecting this to happen.
Prime position, but the circle shifts, and it is in the favor of Vampire Esports.
Austria taking their time here. Most of the teams actually have to take their time, trying to make sure that they can cross by each other to get into that circle here. So the Vikings, side by side with Austria. Austria, prime position to go up on top here as Misery all alone, chunking up his HP with the blue zone right now, going for those heals. And the problem with him now is that even if he wanted to breach the circle, he will eventually. He has no clue what's waiting on the other side of this high ground. Now, for Vikings, they might be in trouble with only 2 players left. They have 4 sharks. The named Austria coming up forward. That nade takes a lot of damage onto Gosu, but he's not deterred at all. Takes his time, slowly goes for the reset. As Austria could be doing the same here. And I think for Austria, I think their priority right now, yeah, they want those fights. Yeah, able to hold on longer. As the Vikings as well, gonna follow in the tails of Austria, quietly making it through, taking advantage of the commotion from VPE as well as Austria, as Mormon rushing up forward, does what he does best, being the most aggressive player, baiting for his teammates. As Red Bull falls, Schweppes in the other corner takes up another kill as well. Beautiful shot forward. Gonna just try reconvene with his teammates as Chopper. QQ also will fall as well. VPE has done a phenomenal job of corralling and distracting, using their main player, the firepower Mormon.
That was perfect positioning coming from VPE to just halt the aggressive side of Austria to try to push through. And that valley was so wide open, there's not many places for them to actually even seek cover from. It was just tough that they came into the circle rather late because they were occupied by Vikings early on. Right now, Flash getting clipped out by Tops. The rest of Team Flash are just playing by the spine of the hill, trying to protect themselves from the aggressive side of Vampire Esports. despite being on the low ground, they do have certain covers for them to still work with. So this four-way warfare isn't exactly too clear just yet on who's going to be able to eventually get that fight of a chicken dinner. But we definitely want to see this big fight between Vampires versus Team Flash.
I mean, generally, all these teams are very healthy right now. Here comes the slow pace as everyone just proning and making their way up onto the hill. First head popped out will be the one to fall first, but Void Donkey, they realize that they're very quiet right now. I mean, we really didn't seem too aggressive in the beginning, but this has always been their plan. Wait for the last possible moment to go aggressive and then strike. They had one nade just now thrown out. It put in a lot of damage to a player of VPE. So VPE says, all right, we don't have the circle advantage. Let's take our time. But I don't know if VPE is aware that Chops is close. Yep, perfectly played here. Gets two somehow. Disgusting. Plays behind this rock to perfection. Onsense tries his best to flush him out, and he does. Now he's being eaten up alive by the sharks. And somehow, the winner chicken dinner will fall to the hands of the team that's been playing very quietly. What a surprise right now. Void Donkey. Great start to the day.
Void Donkey played it smart. They wait for all the other teams to fight, and then they just swoop a mini heart attack for the RQ member that just got shot the moment that they dock. Other than that, all is fine as they are going to be traversing across that area of farm to get even more loots or so.
A little bit more quietly with only a buggy in hand. That's not a lot of cover to play with in terms of mobility.
Yeah, everyone's kind of scratching their heads right now. Like, it didn't end up over the top end of Stalber, and now they are trying to play along the hill down the south side, traverse left, right, center, and now they will find themselves bunched up against all the other teams. So we have a lot of forced situations coming up next. Alter Ego having Rosemary's vehicle pretty much smoked up. They don't really have much of resources to move around with. If they lose their vehicles right now, Rosemary will have to pitch that as Onsense catches him out.
This is, wow, that is teamwork. We saw VPE, we see Tony K spraying, and we saw the player just running for his life. And immediately when he couldn't spray anymore, Onsense was there, said, it's okay, toss. Onsense sprays. Octa going aggressive right now and gets completely obliterated. Vampire Esports, what a change in space, what a change in mindset. Last year, it seemed like they were so confused about their team identity, how they wanted to play in terms of aggression. It felt like they were really,
just yet, but just about enough chip damage onto both the members as well as the vehicles. Team not exactly on the right spot. From the back, it is Alter Ego arrived with Alpha striking them down.
This is a very, very messy fight. Because of how the circle is moving, because of how it's ping-ponging as well, each team is not able to just, safely hold on to the area. MEC is stuck, they can't move anywhere. Alter Ego at the tail end, they've managed to just really kind of just go in for these third parties. They start to see VPE slowly vacating the area as well, because they're thinking, okay, we've done enough fan damage, the blue zone is kind of chunking through, let's just wait for any stragglers to push to us, and then we just bite them and eat them alive.
That's the game plan right now. Teams will have to find their entry point over south. Everyone's on wheels at the moment. Can't be said the same about Xylee, who's hoping to stop the rest of MEC on track. He finds one! Connecting a perfect hit shot onto town, but not enough to take the other members off of that buggy just yet. But they are running into a trap set by VPE. Another one bites the dust, making it 11 points of elimination for the defending champions.
Look at VPE, they're just playing so slowly.
Big nades drop right in, trying managing to avoid that big shot coming in from the side of Gen Foss. Now going hit to hit, it's gonna be Gen Foss absolutely prepared to take him on with the S12K, looking for a whole lot more. Team Secret, they look like they have a safe bunker, but not quite just yet, as RQ are just priming nades after nades towards the direction of GK. But they couldn't really crack the cases yet. All these teams watching from the south side as RRQ tries to hold the line down, but they also have to watch the back. There is a team right around these corners.
It's not actually hitting quite yet. Lapar has been phenomenal. Just taking his time here, just playing with those smokes. Nate to come through, backing up. Nate number 2 backing up. He's doing it again. It's making it very hard for Team Secret to really go and pick up rank. There we go, and now he falls. The other members of Team Secret are saying, okay, I think we just gotta cut our losses right now, but somehow it feels a little bit too late. This GK is taking so much damage. His car exploded. He's been knocked down already. Not able to secure that kill quite yet. Break going on the aggressive Frankie on the higher side of the area. Perhaps the desperation play all the way out there in the open, but somehow it works out. He gets a knock over there. Team Secret, okay, happy to know that the numbers have been dwindled as heads gets popped left, right, and center. And this is what I talked about in terms of how these terrain plays. Your head pops out, your head explodes. And TS, they've been doing phenomenal at just being aware, taking their time, and just waiting for the right moment to see if anyone gets antsy. And RRQ will be the team to do it first. They need to come through. A quick reposition by Ryu, but he still eats the damage though. But rendered quite low right now. Break is taking so much space. Spots out Hazel. Spots no one close by. It's a corner area. He eats the damage and he falls. Lafar not able to protect his teammate. It's an unfortunate situation for RRQ. As Team Secret, they were at a disadvantage. They were at a man disadvantage even. But now it's RRQ that's in trouble.
Yeah, it was a big clutch factor coming in from Frankie, getting that double headshot, and now it's all down to Lafar holding inside of the washroom. I don't think he's got much space for a brick at all. Team Secret is going to eventually charge right through, and all it takes was that perfect nade to be primed right in as they just deter the entirety of RQ, who was on the offense.
That it's going to be a change of pace for them? Does it mean that it's going to be more aggressive individualism? Or is Hansberry coming in mostly for the aggression or a different style of play, especially as we go into Miramar later, as Break nearly breaks his legs there. Barely surviving by the skin of his teeth, excuse me. Molly just to keep him at bay. RQ looking to just go around him, see exactly where he's going. And just to note, Break is all on his own here. So if something were to happen, there's no backups, no survival. Well, GK is here already, but it's kind of far out.
Yeah, the support is arriving a little rather late, but at least they are on time to fully take on the rest of RQ. But still, it's a wide space for them to eventually lock horns. They are still piling the pressure onto Break. The worrisome part about this is that RQ is using a lot of all these utilities so early on, and it might actually affect them heading into the mid-game phase onwards, whether or not if they win this battle. So perhaps they don't really want to fully commit to just one singular unit just yet. RQ takes position with two members over onto the higher end of the compounds as well as the far back of the hillside. So this is still a very tricky fight for the rest of Team Secret, while Tem Entertainment is trying to flush away a straggling lurker moving around the map. So we will focus once again. Team Secret, can they find the prison break? Pun intended.
Good one. A lot of pressure onto their players here. Trung is coming by already. Finds himself inside the shack. Looks to see if anyone were to rotate over. As meantime, this time around, RQ themselves, for the second time today, finds themselves at the short end of the stick. Remember, this game started with them starting off that game onto Break. And now, since the circle has shifted, Team Secret happy to take the time. RRQ stuck between them. In a way, they are in trouble because technically they are sort of like crunched here between the other members of Team Secret. Strong is just kind of like buying time here, playing left, right, and center, but he's in a very bad situation. Stuck in the house, closes the door. But how long can he keep RRQ at bay here? Nabeko, micro little angle saw, takes a bit of chip damage, not enough to take him out of the game. GK is down, and so is Strong. Team Secret, what are you gonna do here? How are you gonna reset this? Break all alone, and Break was the one who started off in trouble. This is kind of ironic if you think about it.
Very ironic. Somehow, he still stays super healthy, whereas his members are falling one after another. Not much that he can provide because he doesn't really have vehicles to also join in the fray as well. Meanwhile, there is also Vampire Esports on the other end that does secure something for themselves. RRQ having the Pekko to really hold down the line. Frankie tries to back away. He does get the revive for Jiki to still be contributing in this battle. RQ, they hunker down. All
the team not able to really hold on. The late rotations will just somehow manage to just blow back in their faces. There's RQ this time around manages to, I would say, survive, only losing Hazel this early.
That was still considered a pretty massive win in terms of really
You don't want to start off like this for Team Secret, but somehow losing only one as well. I think at this point, both teams just need to take that reset and just say, okay, it's time for us to just both back away and find ourselves into a different part of the map and then meet again later. As somehow on the other side of the map here, from Void today, Zeta has been incredible. He's just been that silent killer you don't really expect, and somehow his teammates have managed to really sort of like corral all their enemies into his crosshair. And you know, once Zeta has his eyes on them, he does not let go. Look at that spray, it's perfect. Wix falls as well, and his other teammates have managed to take out Space already. Somehow that nade perfectly lands on Razak, so he's in trouble. Zillion going and putting in the pain here, trying to see if he can manage to just catch them off guard, but they are all in trouble. Comes close, but Zeta will be the one to keep his teammates alive. Everyone said, oh, it's a very stale gun, it needs to be nerfed, and it did get nerfed a few times already. But what people seem to neglect is the fact that you put the DBS in the hands of someone that has an insane reaction time. That's what you're gonna see.
Yeah, when you're in one compound, like, and you're carrying whatever guns, pistols, you just can't really beat the DBS with this response time. So they were all funneled towards that corridor, and the rest was history. So going back, we do have Federalis landing a headshot, one member out inside of Asha, I do believe. While MEC, we still see them struggling to enter the...
This is right, trying to force them into these 1v1s. Don't allow them to. Swing out together. Have your teammates really just enforce your firepower, and that's exactly what we've been seeing. Looking at Void Donkey, benchmark on what we can see from them this season, and so far, I am impressed.
Me too. I mean, just looking at how they are playing so mechanically in the mix of the battle. Void Donkey, they still have so many of all these resources to make a fog inside of Pachinki, and now closing it up against the rest of FaZe Clan, dropping really low, and that Molotov actually connects Zeta. He finds one freebie. It's gonna pave the way for the rest of them to eventually seek out that Lone Ranger. Kim, he's trying to hold out, managed to eventually find a little wiggle room up the staircase. Can Void Donkey eventually seek him out? It's not going to be an easy task after all. Kentoni prepared with that DBS, ready to take charge, take control. He spots him out, but the shot did not connect.
Goodness.
And Zeta again, 7 points in, 12 in total for Void Donkey.
Zeta, main character moment today. What a great game coming up from him. Tom as well.
Hey buddy, are you okay?
Sprays as well. Micro angles onto Federalis is enough to knock him down here. And MAC, I think they're going to be very happy with what they've chosen here, because the circle did eventually pull in. It's not toward the compounds, it's toward the open area. And they have really placed a lot of space between themselves and a majority of these teams, which allows them to go for these long-range chunks off. They can go for to catch anyone in the midst of those rotations. Now for TEM, that's a good nade from Zosip there. He's managed to find Zeta as well. And also Razak eats the full force of that nade to his face. But for MEC, they're not out of trouble quite yet. They're in trouble. The only thing they have is just that hay bale. So Zip here, a nice nade to throw through. Potato, ooh, thank God for him, that nade misses. And Frame will be putting in a lot of hurt, a lot of pain onto MEC. So Tom will be the next one to fall.
Yeah, that was super impressive coming from SOZip, especially coming in with that low angle, still connecting the nades and follow up by those hail of bullets. Now it's Kim's turn to return the favor, catching onto Frame. The moment that he leaves, he gets that catch. Temp Entertainment, this is their bounce back performance, going up against the rest of MEC. BTR only one member left, but they've done just about enough to squeeze into the top 3. When push comes to shove, they will have to play on those flat ground terrains, all relying on those smokes. Satar is being flirted with another nade being tossed towards his side. Have to play very cautiously, while the other members of TM, they can start to open a little bit more wiggle room for themselves as they are trying to settle scores. First and foremost with BTR.
TM. Somehow this time around we talked about how quiet they've been in the beginning. They seem to have struggled. But this time around, they've really prioritized staying alive. And now with the man advantage, they're just finally one by one dwindling down the members of every single person and team, leaving only MEC. It's Kim all alone here, and TEM with 10 eliminations. This is terrifying. Finally sealing the last kill onto Kim, which gives them the chicken dinner of this 4th game.
is day number 2 at the 2025 Pmsl Southeast Asia Spring Group Stage. I'm your host, Flavor. Going to be between Group B and Group C. Will we see a completely different outcome? And can these teams rise to the challenge and shake up the rankings? It is time to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the teams for Group B. Starting off with Boom Esports, champion of Ruthless Esports Invitational Showdown Season 5. Also the 2-time champion of Pmsl Summer 2024 and Pmslc Spring 2024. Enam Sembilan Esports, second of PUBG Mobile National Championship Indonesia 2024. And 9. Mika has just joined the team, reuniting with U-High Strangers Esports, 4th place of the 2024 PMNC Thailand. D Xavier, 2nd place winners of the PMSLC Fall 2024 and champion of the 500 Bros Open 2024, number 7. Todak, 2nd place of the Dashing PUBG Mobile Cup 2024. E-Arena is the first time competing in Pmsl. And of course, Kagendra, champion of the PUBG Mobile National Championship Indonesia 2024.
I mean, yesterday we can tell that it was super competitive. Okay. Again, there were like 2 circles similar to this yesterday. Oh wow, Toda and 6ix9ine dropping together. Nice shot by Krypton. Enam Sembilan, great opening pick, immediately putting them straight to the lobby, and Toda finds themselves already 2 players down. Tried to play aggressive on the top side of the house, gets caught immediately. Enam Sembilan, they're just not here to play around. They're going aggressive as Krypton will be found, Hulk as well. And then Sky2K goes aggressive, and somehow Toda wins it because we want to take up the space and we want your heads.
Yeah, and the worst part of this is that if these 2 small compounds, there's no form of bandages or even first aids to be found. So they have to work with very little health. So no doubt they aren't quite recovered just yet. So this is the best time and opportunity for Celcom DG Alliance to weaken them further and close in to eliminate the entire roster. CD Alliance playing very carefully. 9 here with double tap. Close, but not quite yet.
Exactly the mindset is, especially Boom's coach Kent, right? Whenever it's before a team talk, he has some words of wisdom, and I can really tell that it changes the trajectory of the mindset. I'm wondering, is this something that CD Alliance also does, or are they just vibing and saying, you know what, today we choose violence?
Yeah, and CD will risk. While CD Alliance, they were playing from the south side, and this is where other teams are starting to challenge. It's going to be CD Alliance versus Sembilan again.
I am quite surprised that CD Alliance is just still going at it. They're going to get sprayed the heck onto each other. Mika's here. He goes for the sprays. A huge start onto Adiluk. And they're not starting quite yet as Piran. What a spray with Mika. Combining fire powers as well. A beautiful spray, and they just lined up for him. Beautifully done. And TEM over on the other end taking fight against RRQ.
That wiggle room for Sembilan to eventually dictate the turn once again. That big nade has landed, and Mika so far has been the key player to win out this fight and win that duel against Celcom DG Alliance.
Ali for Mika to join this team. It's been so long since I've seen him just completely go and terrorize the other team, go aggressive. And last time people were complaining about his aggression, but this time around it feels like it's more of I would say, a more controlled aggression where he plays with his teammates. Speaking of aggression right now, RRQ in trouble. Their aggression as they try to run away from the Xavier will not be tolerated. They're eliminated with only 1 elim at 13th place. This is not the outcome they want, especially on the final day they're playing this week.
The presence of DX on the other side of the compounds. This time around, Kagendra gets infiltrated as they were pushing over onto the side of Boom Esports. They managed to catch Pombit, but there's still more fishes to fry over the top floor. They managed to steer away those members that tried to invade, and Boom Esports takes the win against Kagendra.
Great spray from E-Arena. Both teams just juking it out, losing 2 members each. Sorry, 1 member each, excuse me. Still have to pick up depth. Micro angles shot there. No bullets actually hitting onto him. Finally they do. Quick reposition, Depth's out. Different game this time around as E-Arena. Slow start to the day, and they're starting to show us what exactly brought them here to the bigger stages, and this aggression is very controlled. Fearon's around, he wants to go back for Mika. That nade will keep him out, and Fearon says, you know what, you're on your own, buddy. I'm running for my life right now, as Sozip is going to come through. He's trying to run him over. I don't think he spotted him quite yet. Eventually it can. Oh, passed him again. Just a little bit to your left, buddy. Just a little bit to your left. No, clearly not. Okay, he finally got him. All right, that took a while.
Well, at least he's still back to the point before other teams start to yoink that away. So, does he actually hide?
Not the best way to be. MEC just completely.
MEC, they can hold out very well for now, despite only having 2 players on that hill.
They're using that low ground, but you gotta just completely waiting for them already. And if they were to just move up forward, it's gonna be MEC. They're just stuck here. They cannot move. They cannot go anywhere. With Ozja waiting on the outer side here, and MEC playing that that gatekeeper, it's not gonna be the easiest of matters for them. But if Tiger can just keep quiet, maybe hide behind a vehicle, he could survive a bit longer. But with TEM coming up forward, I don't know. They smell blood in the water. I think every single team is smelling Tiger's blood right now, and I think he's probably having the biggest heart attack of his life. They're probably just holding his breath, hoping that TM decide not to rotate into them. Yep. He probably heard the vehicles, and TM gonna go for this big rotation as MEC. That's a nice shot from Tom actually. Chunks him down so low, enough to take right out of the game already. As Sozip as well as Goth3 wants to go a bit more aggressively. They want to try and get some cover in that lower ground. They can, but lower ground means that the nades are gonna roll straight at you. But somehow Sozip will eventually fall, as strangers are the ones to show their presence in this corner of the map.
By 1. Not quite enough to go in for a takedown just yet. Tiger so
That's a lot of damage.
Oh,
he ate that. He ate that, and he waited with bated breath. That vehicle potentially saved his life, but strangers is here, and they say, hello, MEC, your house is now mine. Hasby falls, gets slow with a big opening of Meow Meow getting active here. Kim to fall next here. The members of MEC dwindling down in numbers 1 by 1. Tum and Mikkel, the dynamic duo all the way on the outside. Tum out the open, caught out here, immediately eliminated, and Mikkel left to pick up the pieces. And it's not gonna be easy. He's stuck between 3 different teams right now, and that terrain is not doing him any favors.
Not at all. But that was such a great call coming from Strangers Esports. They got that not initially coming from Meow Meow, and they say, hey,
to come back here, and he's trying to make every single moment count in that clutch situation. Secret knockdown already so quickly. That nade from D Xavier is lethal, and so does it go for Red Bull. And now he's down to Shopper QQ. He's alone, but he's making it rain, and nade will eat that nade, and it's massive. The numbers for the players for D Xavier is slowly dwindling, but there is still a lot of hope. Shopper QQ, he's aware that Gyewi is close. All they have to do is eliminate Levi's, and maybe they can go for that pickup. Levi's look up top here, trying to go for the pickup, staying relatively safe behind these corners. Decides, okay, now is not the time for me to pick up my teammate. Perhaps it's time to me to get a little bit more active, take up space, find out that info, pinpoint where every single member of Austria THR, and shoot them in the face before finally Levi's eats that nade, and then they're in trouble. Parajin all alone, but Parajin, he does what he does best, putting in that damage, and now they can go for the pickup. Finally, but Austria TH pays with their life.
that was the most technical fight that we've seen so far. Nades after nades connecting, they were dropping each other left to right. Levi's with a crucial clutch coming from the top end of the roof, getting that double, and now we move on to Team Flash. They managed to find an opening up against Lambo, who was trying to push up ahead, and now, boom, are also prying from their back. Many of the fights that we're getting so far are force battles where the circle is hit against them where they have to move. Big nades coming from Levi's. But what is the next move for Boom Esports? They have been spotted out.
Trouble. takes a lot of damage as well. This less aggressive Boom Esports style play here, and Strangers, they're trying to see if they can take this whole terrain to themselves, because you can see the sheer amount of teams that's actually camping on this side of the map. And I think for Strangers, they're doing a great job of putting this 3-1 formation forward. They have 3 of the players getting active, taking up space, going for these face-to-face fights, and they have 1 player waiting on the western side of the map for those long-range fights. Tops a huge nade onto a member of Boom Esports. Massive. Rantizi in trouble!
Pulls out the match.
Oh, Mikiel. He's to the most right now. Getting a pickup already this early onto Levi. The nade's coming. Is he aware right now? It hits him. It's out of util already. He's trying to make sure that he's not only gonna get at least the placement points, but also a little bit fuel to be in as well for him. But valiant effort right now as Strangers.
As all the other teams that were here before, and Strangers Esports with their man-versus advantage, they saw one running out in the open. It's only 1 member left as Strangers Esports, the newly promoted team to the Pmsl, secures their first victory here in week 1. You have here STE versus the rest of these other players. Is that Asha TH that I'm looking at? I gotta get a double confirmation onto this point, as these two are just trying to wall at each other inside of the apartment buildings of Bukak. Oh, 6 knights instead.
I'm surprised that Pmsl is actually in the same place as Strangers. Wow, great opening by Tensky. And immediately just putting Lobby back in the lobby with his name. So massive here right now.
Gets still inside the building, unwilling to step out because the rest of the other players from the side of Pmsl, they have 1 team arena to still be able to look out for some of the back windows of this building.
Need to open things up. Doesn't clip anyone quite yet. Strangers being very cautious, understanding the disadvantage they have. Nice little spray by here as KNS comes up forward. Milla making sure to be the one who changed the sides, but Kryptonite says, I don't care if you have the high ground or not. All I have to do is just walk up, spray you in the face, and Strangers suddenly they lose a majority of their teammates. Only 1 member left is Milla, the most motion player in the team right now, and he's just running for his life.
Man, this guy's got no business hanging around the paddle anymore, but at least that's just about enough space to still keep the rest of Strangers Esports afloat. And that was what I was wondering, even with that information, how much can STES actually bring out of it? Apparently nothing at all. So Mela is going to start the engine and then throw his tail and look for a better spot to fall forward for now.
They were the ones who have really just really good out in numbers, but they were the ones that just drop out, go aggressive, overwhelm the bottom side, and just sort of go with this reset. As Mela did steal a kill, doesn't really matter.
2 points from Piedra. For the first day performance, I would say that is super respectable for this newly promoted team. But for esports, they're on that up and up. 50 points so far, still looking for a whole lot more. MPC now comes up the kill, going up against Asha, and Max are pretty much exposed to the members of the Savior as they slowly attack them from afar.
What's your next move, Asha? How are you gonna go from there? You're stuck between a rock and a hard place, hard to rotate, and forced to go for the reset as well. Finally, Olio does find the fiddle with them to keep the other players at bay here. There's not a lot of space he can work with. They're all out in the open.
Yeah, such a dangerous approach coming in. The rest of P-Class tries to crack this case open wide up against Alter Ego. Both sides are on their final remaining round, and it's going to be up there to switch forward, but he's trying to hold it himself through the staircase. That gives opportunity for Rocky to go in for that quick tap. Alter Ego now with those 2 solid 2 points. They can't hold it up against Team Flash. What is going to be the verdict here as Zeus goes in stress upon Rocky as he steps outwards. Now it's down to Octa trying to kill a couple of mates, and with the Molotov they secure it perfectly to shut them off.
What is this? What is this team? I've never seen them play this aggressively this far. But here comes Keith. 1 spray is all he needs, but Pmsl was very much ready for him. Your 10 Sky moving left, right, and center.
To have completely depleted their stocks, eventually it's going to look pretty pretty rough from here on. Talon now arrives on the scene, challenging the rest of Octa CH. I don't think they have enough members. Chopper tries to play ring around the Rosie as he runs forward. Chopper gets knocked down. Perfectly prime nades coming from the side of Yoru to supplement alongside with Pmsl to slowly take them all completely. Now the hard time to filter the ground. Yui, he knows this is going to be a lost cause as he drives towards the different side of the trap. Finn spawn out.
But no, actually, it's going to be Talon as well, jumping off the vehicle, falling straight into DX's crosshairs right now. In trouble already, tries to play ring around with Rosie. He does have a DPS in hand here, but none of the shots are actually hitting right now. A lot of space has been made. The nades are going to come through here. Misery going to try and just dodge it. Cannot do more than sprays into the smokes. MEC down and out, but they have gotten 6 eliminations. That's an insane start from them. Insane half of them. Excuse me. But Esto Zip light sprays into the smokes to keep them at bay. There's nowhere to go. They're in trouble. Cornered like rats right now. And TEM run away with the points.
My SOC just cleaves them all apart. They really had no place to run or even hide. Meanwhile, the Savior, they just got annihilated by the rest of Boom Esports as they took that lower ground. Hobbit with the flank have spotted the entirety of DX, only having one member to still play things out. Levi's is on top, no revivals to even follow suit with. While the rest of Boom Esports, they are on that lower ground. Levi still tries his best to lob with the mates, hoping to get a little bit lucky. And Hobbit does a little bit of damage coming from Levi's. This is going to be a tough fight for Levi's to take, but he will take his chances since this is going to be the last match of the night. And that is a perfect one lock towards Yummy Bay.
Guys trying to see him punch in from the other side, keeping very quiet. I'm not sure if Punk and Noah.
I got no clue. That happened in a different sector.
Wait, Punk is down. They're out. RQ is somewhere close by here, and that's in the midst of that rotation.
Where exactly is RQ? I really wonder because we don't even get to see any of their bodies in the map at all. On the right, he is on a push. They found the final member remaining coming from Build-Out, and the coast is clear over on the east corner map. E-Arena, they have gotten the best on top. They have gotten active so far. Argent has eventually been secured by the members of the esports while they are playing inside the smoke. Look at where Partisi's at. He's trying to find Levi's on the street, and they will secure it. 7 points. Interesting attack coming from TM. They are trying to lob that nade towards Joker, which is on the long side of the hill. Now, it's going to be that final member of Police Force spotted out by Jen. Oh, he's turning back! That's insane! Can he actually take Jetboss from the high hill? We'll have to wait and see, but that is going to be the final tap from Jetboss for that meeting 14.
Still trying though. You're gonna give it.
Titans on the block. Speaking of which, we talked about fast tempo, and immediately we're getting action here. FaZe Clan takes on New Era again.
Honestly, I'm not surprised this is happening because this map is tiny. There's not a lot of space to work with, and this is one of the best places to get your loot now. Now, already finding 2 players from FaZe already knocked out this early with Nico, though, however, managing to get 1 pick off of himself before he went down. But Zully's in trouble, needs to go in the reset, but Tush gets a pick off for himself. So New Era in trouble here. He's out there in the open. No foul. That is a very dangerous place to be in because all eyes are on the corner here. It's Kage on the outside.
Yeah, they gotta also look out on where they actually step out because Ajul has back to still a point away from FaZe Clan as that grenade connects. FaZe Clan will shut down New Era.
What's the game plan here? We're in trouble. What's the safest way to retreat? Now it's Mila and going aggressive, taking this fight against D Xavier. And D Xavier, despite losing Ruin this early, we all know they have their protocols on how exactly to play. A little bit more back. pick up against teammates. Now, Pmsl, understanding this, decides to go a little bit more aggressive, take up a little bit more space. Here comes the vehicles, here comes the speed, here comes the cars. But Xavier with the lower ground here, they don't have a lot of advantages to work with. Nate falls as well. Kryptonate, yesterday, it's the heavy hitter. And look at how aggressively they're going. Lingering around the Rosie, going aggressive, taking out space, running them over. This player has been very much in your face. The player with breach compounds and areas just somehow manages to get in that damage. Alpha Ball will try to spray here. Levi's tries to make it work, tries to make something happen, get a little bit more space and a little bit more damage, but they're not able to steal a single member away from Pmsl.
And PX just have no answers. Here comes another fight go. Zenline picks off the rest of NPBE.
Vikings getting crunched left, right, and center here. Goes to on the outer end, spots up Kenny. Jump shots all about here, but he wins that out. But behind him right now, Fearon is the map line, ready to provide cover fire for his teammates. Trexie will fall, but Fearon is the one to secure those kills. Now, we're down here in a 1v1. It's getting dangerous right now. He needs to be able to get this fight. A reset to come through here. No time, no space. The jump shots, it's massive. And the Vikings, they're in trouble. They're all out. Not before they stole 2 members of SEM9.
The MVP of day 2 is on fire again.
And it's quite, I think, frankly, toward the center side of the circle, so it's looking good for them. Now, Kage just now, I think they were punished for their, and I was saying it was good positioning, but as the circle pulled toward the southern side, it's making it so difficult for them. I think they were great having that high ground hold, a 2-2 formation, but now they're forced to really rethink their position.
Holding the only compound over on the southern corner of the map. The match spot Cleon, they are trying to check every single angle, although the pressure is actually coming from the rest of Pmsl. The nades are dropping very, very closely. And take a look at Kagendra, they're also on the wheels. Who knows if they want to crash into these gates as well. But the nades are landing nicely onto the edge of Krypton. Not enough to take him down just yet. Kill of nades all locked right in, but nothing fully connecting just yet. But yeah, dropped both Sudara as well as Kryptonite a little low. BTR not too concerned just yet, but the distance is just drawing to a close right now. They're trying to find whether if there's going to be enough room, and here comes Krypton. He's going to crash right through.
You can always rely on him to do that opening, and it's massive against the heavy hitter. It's going to be Federalis that falls, so Dara as well will answer. But Snape as well as Pop will trade off each other as well. Both teams suffering heavy losses right now. Voxy is on the inside. Ryzy is close at the very least, so it's still a 2-player team for BTR. They can make some magic happen here. Sprays are good. You can always rely on Ryzy to make it clean, but Ryzy will eventually fall. Boing, this is what I was talking about. Opportunistic as ever, waiting, but it's time to go aggressive. Get some pickups, and Pmsl, they're stuck here. But surprise, surprise, in the corner, in the midst of that reset, Hulk shows his claws, and he comes up huge right now. Gonna be able to just quickly reposition with his teammates. Gonna go for that pickup, but it's not done quite yet. Boom Esports is close, and so is Boy Donkey. Potato about to bleed to death. Razak is close right now, but it's so hard to go for this reset because Yummy is gonna make sure that he's able to pick off every single team that crosses in front of them.
To the entire team of Boom Esports, and lucky enough for Pmsl, they managed to still recover a member at the very least. Oops, I guess I kind of cursed it for a little bit, as there is the arrival of the rest of Boom to actually take them on. Thinking which, Herbs, he flies the drop, but there is a Bungie swinging by. He's going for a little boy instead. The bullets are actually connecting, and here comes the rest of Kage in action, reacting to it and managing to seek them out. One member left for Silent Strangers Esports. Kagendra find themselves in the perfect spot. 3 against 4. This is absolutely doable against Boom Esports.
A bit relatively quiet right now. He's positioned himself. I'm not sure if they know. Oh, runs him over. They are so aware. Seeing an Indonesian derby. I'm sure for both these teams, they are very aware of how they play off each other. I'm sure scrims have happened as well in the offseason between these two teams. Needs around. Boom Esports looking to just completely demolish here. A lot of chip damage, just slowly crippling down. They know where Frenzy is. I'm not sure they know where Yummy is. Not sure they know where the last member of Boom Esports is. They do still need to pick up Conbit. I think for Boom Esports, it's fine. They have to go in super aggressive. Zero sprays the heck out of a Conbit. Yummy is close by to go for that rescue mission. A lot of damage already sustained from one member of Kagendra.
They're finally going for the recovery. That run over coming in. He was actually limping, but there wasn't exactly enough time for Kagendra to actually secure that point. Now they have already repositioned, with Casper also looking over onto the back end of the hill. Zero's got to be very careful as Ichan is also sending his vehicle into the smoke, driving right through. Damage being done. He has to back away and recover once again. So grand reset, that leaves Casper all alone up top.
A lot of pressure in the smokes as well. Kagendra is just making sure to spray off every corner. They managed to get 2 knocks already from Boom Esports. I'm surprised that Boom Esports hasn't been able to capitalize off this small chip damage. Oh, I spoke too soon. 1 knockdown already. That's huge. And that's what Nade from Yummy. That's enough to take down one of the members of Kagendra. Has to go for the reset. Frenzy has access to this package, so this could give him a lot of value if he's able to get some really big stuff in there. I don't think that package has already been ransacked yet. But Kagendra finding themselves inside of this compound, and that's massive. Not a lot of space to work with though. Frenzy, fortunate for him, quickly traded out. That's eventually does go for 1. Killed, secured already. Yummy looking to go in for this massive flank. Quietly breaching the compound, aware that they're both on the outside. He has to play quietly. He could go for a QC perhaps. Oh, he spotted him out. That micro angle is huge. 3 fires abound here. One of them does hit him quite low right now. Ichan rushing for his life.
Going to a close right now, and the path connects! Oh my goodness, I thought it was gonna be Boom Esports. You saw they were relentless, chasing after all these members of Kagendra, and yet again...
I think I did. My bad. Okay, Kagendra very early here. Yeah, I mean, manifesting this early fight is also what I'm doing you. Dude, Gosu got so lucky picking up that shotgun early, man. Gosu goes down finally. Achul answers. Wait, is he down? Oh, he's still up yet.
I think he's alive.
I think it's a sliver. Yeah, there we go. It's just a tiny little sliver of health. My god. That's luck in a bottle, man. What the heck is that? Well, okay, Corti falls as well, so Casper was ready. So these are a lot of these like isolated 1v1s and seeing whether or not you get lucky in terms of getting those your guns. And I think that Kage is good at answering this back. Achul takes a lot of damage here, but this time the Vikings are ready and primed with the big guns there. So they take full control of the situation. Goes aggressive. What the heck is that broad bin?
The M249 drop shot? Are you kidding me? That heavy machine gun dealing such sharp precision is something that we don't see every day. Here comes the little boy as well. He spotted out that wrap around and managed to steer away one more player off the list of Vikings. Now it's only down to Kwang. Ben is still around actually, but he's pretty low. I don't think they have any mess strategy utilized at this very moment. So little boy, he's kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere. No chance of him to actually go in for the rescue at the very same time. You know, as much as they started off pretty decently for Kagendra,
Tato and his teammate are around. Tato and Reza, I believe. So these are just so separated right now. Okay, Team Secret now is going to be the next victim. They're the ones that's going to have to fight for this terrain. They managed to find one team, and now they're stuck. Wow, Kobe! Straight onto GK. Knocked down already. Duto does what he does best. Spray the heck out of the team. Mercurius take up space. Touch is searching up forward, and so is Canary. So much space. The nades are true. 3 touch finds Frankie. There's still one more person to worry about, and it's Break. Break has done magic. Break can break mentals. But Break this time against 3 people, that's a lot to ask for. The sprays are good right now. He manages to find one. He needs to secure these pickups. Good for 1 touch on the other end. Finds him in the end. But the damage is done already. Team Secret eliminated with 5 eliminations. That's fine. That's okay. They've done the damage onto FaZe.
they've done just about enough damage, but FaZe, they got themselves 9 points. This is the most amount of points they've gathered so far with
Milla. A lot of pressure onto this veteran player for this team. Hasn't been in the best of situations as well. But this time around, they're being fairly quiet, but it's mostly to survive. It's mostly to at least get those placement points. And I have to say, it's looking very good for them right now. Wix is so low, not too sure if they're able to get that pickup, and I don't think they want to. Okay, never mind. He's already there. He's managed to go for that reset, and they're gonna go straight into that hovercraft. That's a very chunky vehicle. They can barely even cross through that tiny little corner. Come on now.
Oh man, yeah, they finally got these engines running, and now they're just gonna full send it towards the rest of Strangers Esports. 4 versus 2. They're singling out first and foremost as they swarm into the building. But can they actually find the angles before they get clipped by grenades? This is going to be a risky situation that they're taking here. Molotovs drop right in. Slowly being burned down. Herb still holding on. While Boydaki lying in wait. They hear all that ruckus. Another nade being sent right in from another squad. Herbs does burn down. No fall as they are being denied that entry point.
What the heck happened? It was a good start for New Era. I felt like desperation at that point. But Strangers, the thing is right now, it's a 2-2 formation, and they're so separated. One team handling with the Vikings, one team handling Toda, and Toda is looking very devastating right now. But on the other hand, New Era is losing in this 4v2. 9 comes up, 9 finds lobby already for Strangers, so at least the other half of the team is winning, the other one is losing. But Toda, they're still in trouble. They're not out of the woods quite yet here, as the Vikings come through and they're looking to capitalize. Whatever that Strangers had won just now, it's over. They're stuck. 4 members of Vikings completely overtaking the lower side of this compound. So Mela and his teammate
were overconfident with that push, and just like that, the majority of them have been pretty much singled out by Earth's dire effort. He hold out just perfectly, and look at him go. He risked his life, but first, he brought back all those points necessary for Strangers Esports. Now, it's Strangers Esports with 6 points. New Era unable to gain any more from here on. It's all down to Pmsl. BTR, they arrived to challenge the rest of Z9 as they were just overwhelmed. Fury comes in with a jump shot. He will connect a few, but he will drop instead. Federales survives with a slither of health. Now, can he go ahead to pick up the pieces for BTR to survive, as the rest of Pmsl will be on the approach as well? This is not going to be a clear-cut answer as Toda arrives from the front, but Strangers Esports are here to shut them down.
Getting the knock already onto the team. Gonna have to wait for a teammate to come through. 9 is not even close. 9 to cross, that's rough. A big area to cross. All eyes on them. BTR as well is around. They might have to bleed to death here. 9 might just have to play for placements. As the rest of Strangers here, I'm surprised. Look at the Sonra is just so out there in the open, uncaring at all. The amount of space that Pmsl has toward the western side of the circle is phenomenal. A 3-1 formation, and I think understandably so. Now for Strangers and the Vikings, they need to take this fight if they want to push that blue zone. The blue zone is pushing already. KNS knocked Mela alone in a 1v2, and we've seen Mela win these. Barely any space to work with. Blind shot through the smoke. That sound of the gun completely gives an idea where exactly he is and what guns he have. You heard the nades shot out already. And the Vikings, they looking to capitalize. What a shot from Mela, but not enough to completely take out the members of the Vikings. So 7th place for the Strangers, but it's looking a lot better for them right now as the fights move on here. Boy Donkey in trouble.
Yeah, that was such a close fight as the smoke slowly dissipates. We finally get a glimpse of Mela overall. And a big update into the current standings. Pmsl Esports, they make their way back into the top 16 as they have overtaken New Era in this very final game. Tribo Indonesian team still on board, and we still have the Vikings with a couple of members still remaining here for the top 4 finish. Brings onto the side of Hulk. Federales tries to deter the advancement of the rest of Pmsl. Hulk is taken down as they all rely on smokes. Such a close call coming in with big nades being sent right in with Potato dropping any form of death place to hold down the line against the rest of Vikings. Backs against the blue zone, they really have to find a different way to approach this fight. While Bigatron, Great Villains, they're smack dab in the center and they're receiving a whole lot of attention once again from Pmsl.
This is a very different tune coming in for this game. Federales, what a spray! Finding Kwong, immediately taking him to the lobby right now. But on the other end as well, the Vikings will be eliminated. 4th place, 8 eliminations. Every single team is getting active right now. Pmsl in trouble. The final member barely hanging on, and they finally go down in 3rd place. And now it's 2v3. Indonesia's BTR, the team that we wanted to see get active right now. It's them against Boy Donkey. An Indonesian derby in this final map here. Waiting for the right time as well. Needs to come through. Rezak in a very scary predicament. His teammate nowhere close to him. They don't have control of the circle. They don't have control of the area as well. The only thing they have to work with are these smokes. Nades to come through. Potato in a 1v1. Sprays blindly through those smokes. Reza trying to stay active here. The crossfires coming in from BTR. It's just too much to handle. Ending the day, BTR go big.